Well, people, whether you know it or not, you have chaos coming. They let all these illegals into the United States. I mean, you look from the year 2020 until right now, which is almost 23, the millions and millions and millions of mouths that they have let into this country. That's going to cause more shortages with the food. We're going to get to a point where the mothers of America are fighting illegals for food so they can feed their families. We are feeding what? Between probably 5 and 11 million more people than we did before? It can't go on. It cannot go on, and they know that. That's why Biden let all those people into the country, to start chaos. There's always a method to their madness. They're reducing you to nothing until you cave in. Here's part of the problem, people. I want to show you something. Food is power. We use it to change behavior. Some may call that bribery. We do not apologize. These are the threatening words of Catherine Bernardi, Executive Director of the United Nations World Food Program. Miss Bernardi was our very own former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Agriculture. She was a featured speaker at the Globalist UN World Food Summit in November of 1996. Many believe that the United Nations is a focal point for global restructuring process. It also believed by many that the coming crisis on food shortage, famine, political and social turmoil will lead to martial law, allowing socialist dictators to proclaim a revamping and restructuring of the economic system, which will solve our significantly concerns that are facing humanity. Both Hitler and Stalin both believed the true socialists would begin in one country, Germany or Russia, then like an octopus it would encompass the whole world. Well, it pretty much did that. Yep. Larry Bates, astute publisher of Monetary and Economic Review Journal, in his book, The New Economic Disorder, touches on this plan. He has said that for many years the term New World Order is merely a code word for one world socialism, with an elite ruling class to govern the rest of us under the demonic system. The mechanism has been set up for all of us to manage us in a world government, the Antichrist system headquartered in the United Nations. The New World Order will be founded on this rule, all for one and one for all. The World Goodwill Bulletin summarized the Illuminati's blueprint for economic control by declaring the one world order will recognize that produce of the world, the natural resources of the planet, and its riches do not belong to one nation, but should be shared by all. A fair and properly organized distribution of wheat, oil, mineral wealth of the world will be developed. And it all will be worked out in relation to the whole. The goal of socialism that was dreamed up by Karl Marx. I'm going to leave this, I'll put a link to this, people. It says, wake up, America. We have 50 governors of the states coming together to agree and to trash the Constitution. Watch out for these people. New World Order under the UN will reduce everything to one common denominator. The system will be made up of a single currency, single central finance government, single tax system, single language, single political system, single world justice, single state religion. Each person will have a registered number, without which he will not be allowed to buy or sell. Doesn't that sound like it just come out of the Bible? Okay, people. Now I'm telling you, and you know this as well as I do, we cannot feed all those illegals that Joe Biden and Barack Obama and Samantha Powers and Nancy Pelosi let into this country. They let them in for a reason, disruption. We get more and more shortages, and we're going to get to the point where all the shelves in the stores will be packed, but you cannot afford to buy any of it. When your family is starving, you're going to resort to very unhuman things that you normally a person wouldn't do. You'd be like a bunch of rats looking for something to eat, and you'll fight anybody that gets in your way. They're going to reduce you from a human down to an animal. How do they do that? Food. When you have everybody striving to eat, you got a problem. How you handle this, I don't know, but you better do something now because we're running out of time. Like I said, the mothers and fathers of Americans are going to be fighting all these illegals they let in, killing them on the street. Won't be any rule of law. And what happens when you start a crisis like that? We've got to call them nice fellows in the blue helmets to come over and straighten things up and keep the peace. Don't allow that to happen. Get this son of a bitch out of office now. Thanks for watching.